All right, give it up for Chicago's own, the mighty, the awesome, the power, professor of comedy, Aaron Kozbial.
Hey, all you hip Ketskins, how you doing tonight? I sense such potential energy from this audience. Let's get kinetic. Can I get some kinetic energy? Can I get some? Awesome. You're gonna give me energy. I'm gonna give you energy. You're gonna give me energy, and we're gonna create perpetual motion. A lot of people are gonna tell you that perpetual motion is impossible, but I don't subscribe to the laws of physics. I'm a rebel without a cause and effect. Let's go old school pressure, no mic. Yeah. It was one of my favorite things that we didn't have a mic. I was a little disappointed that we got one. Because while I'm very pro my voice being amplified, I don't want to hold anything. Let's go, man! So I have been here for so long. Like he said, I got into this team, the three-legged race. Like I wasn't on the team when they started here. I got in. I was doing a guest thing for World's Worst, and the suggestion was world's worst thing to hear at a concert tonight. I said, click jihad. This was a year or two after 9/11. So it really hit a punch. Oh, that's great. So when I first started doing stand-up, I transitioned. I wore a tux. I only did it for one joke, too. As you can see, I'm wearing a tux. So if anybody's looking for a serious relationship, I'm already ready. We can go to a house of God and get married, and I can cater. Give it up for Boa. I love him like he hosts this week in and week out, not even working at his own set. Just providing a place where you guys can perform. Kidding, he's a funny guy. Recently I've updated my Facebook political views. It's now pro-hug and staunch gentleman. Because guys, I'm really pro-hug. Like, I to the point where I name hugs. Like, there's that anti-gravity where you get to pick up chicks. Or how about the Michelle Obama fist pump? Where you get to be president of the United States. And then, you know, David Copperfield was, like, in the news when I was writing some jokes. So there was the David Copperfield. Where you're hugging them and your hand goes to their butt. Which I never participated in because staunch gentleman. Recently I've gotten into law. I love law. I think the bar set it too high for me. That was a very brief joke. But like, I just love law. Why aren't lawyers jurists? They studied law. If anybody should be on the jury, it's the lawyers! Because they don't care, they're not biased, they just want their $17.20. As we all do. real reason I got into law was because I wanted to also get into politics. But I ran, and they wanted me to become House Minority Whip, and I think that position should have been phased out after the Civil War. Right, guys? But Rahm Emanuel's our mayor now. Yeah. I think he's going to be really great for the CTA. Geometrically. The wrong bus. I'm just going to continue on a political rant. Don't ask, don't tell. It just got repealed. Guys. And conservatives think that this is a problem, but that's because they're not looking at the math. If you put gays on the front lines, there's going to be less gays. Everyone's a winner. Gays get to feel like, oh, I'm being treated equally. Republicans get to feel like, there's going to be less of them soon. Everyone's a winner. We can just move on to more important things. Like the hokey pokey. See, a lot of people say that this is what it's all about. Now let's take a look at this from a linguistic standpoint. Now, if we examine the word pokey, one only pokes a point. Am I right, folks? But then we look at the root word hokey, which is hoax. So what you have is a false point. And if that's what life is all about, that's very nihilistic.
Put your left foot in that joke, man.
What?
Put your left foot in that joke,
So I've come a long way in stand-up. Like, I used to just try to invent things for stand-up. This was my first invention, and I still have it after all these years. It was a fortune teller. It's the same one. I used to do this to tell the fortune of what's gonna come next. Red, blue, black, or orange.
Orange.
O-R-A-N-G-E. 1, 2, 6, or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 3, 7, or 4. 4. Frederick. And I still use this joke, so I'm gonna do it. Why not? So I wrote a children's novel. It's called The Adventures of Frederick. So I'm just gonna show you guys it right now and act it out. This is for children. This is Frederick. Hi. He has no friends. So he goes on an adventure to find friends. First he goes to Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock, will you be my friend? But Mr. Rock was all stony-faced. Because he'd been taken for granted. But then Frederick went to Mr. Tree. Mr. Tree, will you be my friend? Obligatory leaf joke. Finally, Frederick went to Mr. Sun. Mr. Sun, will you be my friend? And Mr. Sun said, sure, Frederick. And he beamed down, raise a light on Frederick, raise a light, and Frederick goes, ah! And burst into flames. The moral of the story is real friends don't burn you with UV rays. Oh, that's great. Awesome. How you guys doing tonight? Okay, I love this. Who's here tonight? Paul J. Mason, who I love. I'm the only person he doesn't want to kill.
I'll be there.
Ryan Reynolds, the new Green Lantern. I love him to death. Ricky March, who is my dad, he bought me a soda, which is a root beer, the only kind of beer I drink. Yeah. But I don't drink only root beer because I hate alcohol, everyone. I do it because I was in the DARE program. And I signed a pledge. Yes, everyone, I consider something I signed in 5th grade contractually binding, because I'm a man of my word. Stunts, gentlemen! You can tell I don't do drugs either. The only bowls I like to load are filled with ice cream. But I'll tell you what, stoners really love it when I pass my bowls around. Okay, guys, I got the light. I'm gonna teach you one thing about light before I leave, and it's also gonna be an impression. This is my impression of light, which is both a particle and a wave. Good night, everybody. Give it up for Trump. I love him. He's my brother. Bro, hug! I expect everyone to give me a hug after the show.